Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindelin. My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
And my name's Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindelin.
And this is an offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life. Hope you enjoy!
I always feel bad, like I would hit the button for you, Billy, but
It's just too far. It's okay. I got it.
I just sit here looking pretty until she joins us on the couch.
Hello!
Hi, Bill, with your jazz hands.
I know.
I don't know what
She doesn't allow me to do the jazz hands, so I have to just sneak him in every once in a while.
It was fine. It was more your mouth there that was a bit traumatizing. Maybe you should zoom in and show people.
Move on.
Okay, I can't.
Tell the people what we're talking about, who we are.
Well, they know who we are now.
Just saying.
Billy, Lindsay, Bildo, Lindelin.
Wine, yes.
We're talking about microplastics today because Billy's very passionate about it. I've got some thoughts about it too.
Right.
Yeah, no. But we're going to be drinking. We've already been drinking, as you can see.
I was going to say, don't pay attention to the fact that I already have some in my glass.
We're professionals. We have 3 episodes to record, Billy.
Right.
So when we get to Wine Chats, we've already pre-drank. It's fine, people. Get over it.
Which just makes it better for you, I think, that we've pre-drank a little on empty stomachs.
Define better. It's something. Okay, so we're drinking a Penfolds because we're fancy today.
Do you want me to?
Yes, please. It is a Champagne Thignot. Thignot? Something? Tino? Or maybe it's
so
Tino.
Talented.
I don't know.
You're a Tino.
It's a Champagne Brut Rosé. There you go. Great. Product of France. Surprisingly, so it's a rosé, like a bubbly rosé, if Billy didn't clue into that before. I'm not a rosé fan. I don't know if you're overly a huge rosé fan.
No, there's something a bit bitter about it to me.
This is such a bad pour.
Wow. You're
Look at
talented.
what a piddly little glass I poured. Anyways, I actually didn't mind this.
Actually thoroughly enjoyed this. I'm, again, not a fan of bubbles, not a fan of rosé, but this, for some reason, is hitting all the...
Yeah.
Hitting all the stops, hitting all
Spots?
the spots. Sure.
I think it's
stops and spots. It's hitting it all.
It's so bizarre
Super
to
delicious.
me because I'm so not a champagne fan and I'm
Or a
so
rosé
not a
fan.
rosé fan.
Yeah, totally.
But like you, I'm actually quite enjoying this.
Yes.
Thanks, Penfolds.
Anyway, good job, Penfolds. That was a little fist bump or whatever. Anyway, listen, we're talking about microplastics, which sounds like a weird topic, but I think about microplastics way more than I think a normal person would. Or maybe do I? I don't know.
Well, it's very relevant now. Microplastics is in the news all the time now.
Right? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get comfortable, relax. Everybody just calm down.
Watch the wine.
I know. I just elbowed the wine. That's why I'm just worried.
So I don't think it is bizarre that it's on your mind as much as it is.
Okay, tell me what you think about microplastics. What do you think when you think about them? In what way do you incorporate those thoughts in your daily life?
Well, I have to say that I literally have just thrown out in the last week, not because we're doing this topic, but it's on my mind as well.
Yeah.
Because you hear about it all the time on the news that you're consuming all this microplastic in your food. So I've thrown out all of my plastic cutting boards.
Right. I worry about them too.
Well, and the funny thing is, not funny, haha, but I bought 2 from, I'm not going to say the store name because I actually quite like the store and it's not their problem, but I bought 2 plastic cutting boards from there.
Okay.
And I'm going to say fibered up so badly that you could literally see it peeling.
Oh my
and
God. Yeah.
As you cut, I'm like, I am consuming this.
100%.
So
yeah.
I threw those out and they weren't that old. And then I just threw out my last 3. You know how you can get the different colored ones?
Yes. One's
one
for meat,
chicken.
for
Yes.
fish. Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm just going to wash my wood. I'm just going to wash my wooden cutting boards properly like a normal human being.
Thank you so much for saying that because I keep using my wooden one because I'm terrified of the plastic ones. Same thing. When I'm cutting into it, regardless of whether it's a flaky one or not, you're still cutting into the plastic as you're cutting, right?
Yep.
Undoubtedly it's going to happen. So I feel really paranoid about that and I use my wood one all the time. But Henry's always like, oh, well, no, you can't do meat on the wood one. And I'm like, well, fucking why can't I? I just wash it. Like you said, I just soap it up warm. But it does feel weird putting a juicy piece of meat or something that you want to cut up onto your wooden, I don't know.
Cooked or non-cooked meat are you talking about?
Both.
Both, yeah. Look, So it's a catch-22 in my mind. Okay. So if you're putting a raw hunk of chicken on a wooden cutting board, because obviously the plastic ones you put in the dishwasher, right? For those that aren't cluing in.
I don't put my plastics in the dishwasher.
Okay, well then you shouldn't
Well,
then you shouldn't even worry about this thing in your head, because if you're cutting a raw piece of chicken on a plastic cutting board that you're not putting in the dishwasher, what's the difference of washing that plastic cutting board? Bird, chicken, get it?
Oh, right. I'm there with you. Yes.
What's the difference of you washing the plastic cutting board by hand versus the wooden one? Whereas
Totally.
right? So, but for me, I used to cut the raw meat on my plastic cutting boards and put them in the dishwasher.
Sure.
But I'm like, I'm just going to put a load of dishwashing soap on the wooden cutting board, because this is the catch-22. You either put microplastics in your system or you get some
salmonella. Right, yeah. True.
So I've thrown them all out. I literally have 2 cutting boards now. They're both wood, and that's just the way we're going to roll.
Yeah. I like that, because I don't know. I'm terrified of microplastics. I've been trying to like phase out all of my plastic stuff for my kids as well. So like all the little tubs and things that they used to eat out of, I'm like, you guys are big enough now. You're not going to drop anything and break it. And even if you do, it's not the end of the world. You know, they're not babies anymore.
So wait, even like plastic bowls for the snacks and stuff?
Plastic bowls. Now I only have now 4 plastic bowls, and they are the ones that aren't like your... You know, sometimes you get those like really kind of shitty plastic ones that are like from IKEA or something, and then once you put them in the fucking dishwasher, they just go to shit straight away. I've been buying some like sturdier plastic ones, if you will. Yeah. So, and I don't put them in the dishwasher because I'm scared of them breaking down. I'm scared of them melting and falling apart and then releasing all those bad things into your food. So I only have 4 plastic bowls for snacks and things. And then I've even thrown away all their plastic cups. Like I've now got just like tumblers, little like latte tumblers or something for them to use for cups.
Right.
But then I also just buy them their own water cups, so I don't have to worry about.
So you're like next level paranoid, because like if you're
kinda.
From my understanding with the microplastics, which I haven't researched.
Again, I haven't researched this either. That's the thing.
Like if you're using a plastic cup, they're saying the way the microplastics get into you is like from the fibers, from like cutting on it and microwaving it.
Yes. But for some reason, I just have this idea that all of it is fucked.
So if you were to, which I'm not making fun of you, and you could be right, I don't know.
I have no idea.
So like I wonder if you were to pour like, because when we drink milk, I pour my kids' milk into their plastic cups. Yeah. So you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't.
No.
Because you're afraid of the microplastics.
But then, which is stupid to say. Again, it's very confused in my head. I just try and reduce it as much as possible. Yeah. Because then I ended up going to Starbucks and buying them like those plastic cups that you put just for water, right? Stupid. So that's what I mean. Like in some ways, like I try and phase it out in some areas. But then obviously plastic is in the house, it lives, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you can't kind of completely avoid it. I mean, you can, but I don't think I'm that gung-ho about it. For some reason, I just wanted to get rid of the older ones that I thought maybe these have broken down more over time. Yeah. That, you know, so even, like about microwaving stuff, I didn't realize. I mean, about 15 years ago, somebody told me don't put your food in like a plastic thing in a microwave, because then all the, what is it?
The toxins, the chemicals in it. Plus, I read that it can actually break down the plastic.
Yes.
Only certain types of plastics, though. I want to get into that in a second. Yeah. It can break it down to where the micro pieces of plastic end up in your food that you've heated up in the plastic. Yeah. But this is where, like, Worry Wart Lindsay and, like, somebody who doesn't do proper research gets confused, because there's so many also safe plastics. So there's like the plastics are numbered, and I quickly Googled last night. Certain plastics are still safe to microwave. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but then it's like, well, who's telling the truth? Are they safe? Like, how safe?
But then my other question is, which I have no answers to. It's all just a bunch of questions here today. My other question is like, how actually, and I try to actually research this, like how actually dangerous is it to us? Like, cool, we're saying we're consuming all this plastic, and like somebody told us once years ago, remember Justin from the Hidden Sea was telling us that like each of us in our bodies now have like a credit card size worth piece of plastic in our bodies currently. But from the research I've done, I think it's too soon to kind of tell, because the researchers only started thinking about it or researching it recently. So I don't think there's any like super conclusive. It's not like people are dropping dead from too much plastic in their systems.
Are
know
they?
what I mean? Well, not
Are
yet.
they? I mean, are they going to eat the cancer thing? Right?
good-
That's
true.
That's what it leads to,
Right,
right? All the
yeah.
toxins in your body from the plastic is causing cancer. That's the whole big picture.
But it's not toxins. They're saying that we have real plastic in us.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But like
But you're the
plastic has
toxin- yeah,
toxin.
yeah,
like
sure.
if you've got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
plastic in you, you've got the toxins. In
I don't
you,
know. I
right?
don't. I guess. Sure.
Look, I think it's just one of those things. Like nowadays, everything causes something bad, and it's just like if you see the fibers on your plastic cutting board,
Totally. Don't eat that.
throw them out.
Yes.
Right? Like I think there's just certain choices that you can make
Yeah.
that you should follow. I don't know.
Which again, I want. Like, this is why I don't put my stuff in the dishwasher because I'm scared that it. I don't know what there must be different plastics, obviously, like you said. But I don't know what I can and can't put in the dishwasher. I don't want it to break down because you know that when you put some of those the kid tubs, especially, you put them in the dishwasher, it starts peeling on the inside. Like you can see.
Oh, well, those ones
right?
definitely don't.
So I like obviously chucked all of that out and stopped doing that. So now I just hand wash all my plastics just in case. I don't know of what, but just in case.
Yeah.
But you're right. I've been meaning to change my cutting boards for so long.
Oh, so do you still have plastic cutting boards?
Yeah, but I don't use them. Like Henry will use them.
right.
I don't use them.
Because I was quite surprised by you saying that then. Because
Yes, because I can see them and I'm like,
Yeah.
I know when I'm cutting into it, I'm cutting into plastic. It makes no sense to me.
And those little pieces
Yeah.
are going into the food that you're cutting.
So I've had days where I've also like if I'm having like raw chicken or something and then I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to put it directly on my wooding board. I get paper. What is that?
Paper towel?
No, paper towel.
Oh, wax paper.
Wax paper.
Yeah, like baking
and I pop
paper.
it on top of that.
Oh, why
And
not?
I'm like, well, that'll at least protect the board a little bit,
Well, until you cut and then you cut through the paper and then the juices.
which is exactly what happens. So it's, troubling all around. And then the other day I said to Henry, he wanted to buy some little plastic tubs for something. We use a bunch of plastic tubs for random stuff. And
Wait, are you saying tubs or tups?
tubs. What's tubs?
It sounds like you're saying like a mixture of tubs and cups together. I don't know if it's the bubbles. Tubs. There we go.
Tubs.
Okay.
Anyway. And I was like, why don't we just buy little wooden tubs instead of having these little plastic tubs around the house or something? It was something random, little dish or whatever.
Wait, for food or for items?
Items, not for food.
Too far.
And I was like, well, that's like why, and he just pretty much looked at me the same.
far.
And he was like, okay, well, why don't you get rid of all the Glad wrap in the house? Why don't you
Yeah.
get rid of all the
Yeah.
takeaway containers? What the fuck? He was like, this is what you want to, this is where you're choosing your stand.
if it's just for like miscellaneous items,
Totally
I
miscellaneous
don't
items, yeah.
think you need to really worry about that. There's other things in your house.
Oh,
about.
so many. And I'm just thinking, my thoughts are more like maybe I'll avoid bringing plastic into the house altogether is my thing. And just try and reduce it in,
Right,
when I can make the choice,
Of course. Yeah.
make a wooden choice.
Okay.
He didn't think I was that impressive.
I
Let's
think
wrap it up.
We need to take a break. I
think
need
so
to
too.
process what just came out of your mouth. Did we all have time to like figure out what just came out of Billy's mouth in her head? I've been friends with you for many, many years, and there are still times where I still don't understand how your brain works.
Girlfriend, me too. It's my brain. And even I'm like still very confused about the way I think. And then somebody like gives me a different perspective and I'm like, oh yeah. Huh. It's confusing being in here. Okay, I have an article that's just trying to scare us because it's called 10 Terrifying Facts About Microplastics.
See, and this is why I've made myself comfortable. I've got nothing else. I'm going to sit back, brace myself for the information you're about to pour into my brain because I don't know if I want to know, but I am curious.
I don't know, but I just wanted to know a bit more information. Like,
Yeah.
why am I so scared? Like,
Yes.
do I have a reason to be scared? I don't know.
No, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
go.
home is where the microplastic heart is. You may be inhaling up to 7,000 microplastics a day in your home. What does that even mean?
And what 7,000 microplastics inhaling? Like I'm breathing?
So a microplastic, just so we know, is a piece of plastic that's less than 5 millimeters, like a diameter, radius, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Small, like a little piece of confetti or smaller. Okay? All right.
How do you inhale? Like inhale like
Well, it's smaller, right? So it could be airborne plastics. I don't know. Okay. Your home is where you are ingesting the bulk of these tiny particles that are now being linked to various health issues and diseases. We're going to just go over that one. Plastic is in pretty much everything around you, from carpets to curtains, packaging to clothing, couches. Oh my God, we need to stop on this couch. And beds to food. Even your car tires shed 3 billion pounds of microplastics into the environment every year.
3 billion microplastic pieces.
Yep. So there's a book,
Wow.
Simon's book. I don't know who Simon is. He details how this shedding caused fish to die in droves in Washington state.
Okay, now I'm just back up a second.
Too many details. I don't know enough.
Exactly, right?
I don't know.
Who and how tests how many pieces of microplastics your car tires shed
Lindsay,
a year?
this is not what we're here for.
I know, but
okay,
it
we're
just-
here to terrify you, not to actually like try and make you feel better with the details.
But you know how I am. with
I know
details.
how you are, but I don't have any.
Okay.
Let's all
Move
just
on.
we know I don't have any, okay? Okay. You are drinking, you are drinking thousands of microplastics in your daily takeaway coffee. That's why you should bring your own.
Well, and you're not.
I don't know who
littering the
this Simon
world.
is. I should have read this in more detail. But Simon also shares that takeaway coffee cups release tens of thousands of microplastics and millions of nanoplastics into hot water, aka your beverage, in just 15 minutes. So drink fast. And you are all drinking those particles when you sip your coffee, tea, hot chocolate. And that's my thing about like the heat, right, on the plastic, which is why I don't dishwasher my stuff. But anyway, look, that's not
See,
here nor
this
there.
is why I don't know if I want to know these. Okay, continue on.
Too bad. We're on this journey.
Okay.
Microplastics and nanoplastics are in our organs and can enter our cells.
Wait, is a nanoplastic smaller or bigger?
I think it's
Like,
smaller.
okay,
Anything nano seems like
nothing.
minuscule,
Yeah,
like
okay.
microscopic.
Okay.
So nanoplastics, the term for when microplastics break down even further into even tinier particles.
Big
We're
brain.
so clever, aren't we?
Oh, God.
Can move through our organs, including our brain, and can enter our cells.
See, okay, I don't.
According to the latest studies, microplastics have been found in placentas, breast milk, human blood, and animal blood, specifically the pigs and cows we all eat.
So breast milk. So you're, wow, okay. I mean, it makes sense.
It makes
but
sense,
it's
yeah.
sad. Like,
There's a potential link between microplastic exposure and brain illnesses like dementia,
okay, let's move on. I have so many worries in my head to begin with.
but you need to say.
Okay.
But for the people but I don't know how you can avoid it. That's the thing. That's the
Yeah,
scary thing is I
yeah.
don't know how to avoid it.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's impossible to avoid it.
well, and also maybe this should make you feel better because of the wording, right? Microplastics may be linked to the skyrocketing rise in degenerative brain diseases such as dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's.
I don't know.
Scientists believe the brain is one of the most sensitive organs in the human body when it comes to environmental toxins like microplastics. So the brain is the first thing to go. Fabulous. Maybe that's why we're so loopy. You think? Maybe it's all the
Don't
microplastics
bring me-
swimming around in our brain.
Don't bring me into this.
Oh, you're in
joint.
this. You're in this. You're here with me.
I don't know if I am. I'm just going to drink my. Oh,
Don't worry
see?
about it. Don't worry about it. You got to live your lives. Microplastics are everywhere. You're breathing them in, so don't worry about it. But bottle-fed babies could be ingesting billions of microplastics every year, of course. And again, what do you do with your baby bottles? You disinfect them. You put them in microwaves
Yeah.
to heat them up. And to,
I don't think anybody. Oh, yes, I did.
Well, when you disinfect them, you have got to put them in the steamer
Yes.
thing, right?
Yeah.
But those could be safe,
Safe
plastics. But then
plastics.
still, are we ingesting safe plastics? Is it still safe to ingest safe plastics?
I have another question that I'm sure you do not have on your list.
Of course not.
When did this start becoming a thing? Have we only just started to make it a thing, or was it a thing 2,000 years ago?
Well, this is what I'm saying. I think
You don't know.
what thing? Microplastics?
Yeah.
Like us knowing about microplastics?
Yeah.
I don't know, and this is why I think the researchers haven't had enough time to research it all properly. I don't know was the answer to that question. I have no, well, yeah, Jesus started it 2,000 years ago. He's like, guys, we should really worry about these microplastics. I didn't even know when plastic was created. We should probably have started with that. So yeah, bottle-fed babies, we get that. Over 83%. Oh, this is so sad. Over 83% of baby bottles are made from polypropylene plastic.
That's a safe one, I think, isn't it?
And when these bottles are heated up to high temperatures to warm up the formula, unknown amounts of tiny plastic particles are released in the liquid.
Oh, it's not a safe one.
But it should be because it's the baby thing,
Yeah.
right? So you surely I don't know. 97% of kids have microplastic debris in their bodies.
Okay, see, Billy, can we just move on about these?
In Germany, researchers uncovered that a whopping 98% of children between the ages of 3 and 17 have plastic and microplastic debris in their bodies. The children are likely being exposed in their homes, via their clothing, through food and their surrounding environment. I want to know about that 3% that didn't have microplastics in their bodies. Where are they living? Are they
Well, they're probably homeschooled.
Farm people?
Like, I was just going to say people that live on a farm.
I don't know
glass
why. It just
bottles.
seems- yeah.
And like homemade bread and like those people that you see on Instagram.
Like how? Yeah, like where do you live that you're avoiding plastics?
I don't know. Those people.
Farms.
Like, yeah. Hi. Good on you.
Well, this is the one I like. I don't know if I'm going to like it forever, but
Okay.
we're all singing and dancing in plastic rain. Oh, that didn't go down well. Plastic rain.
I don't know.
I like the bit where it said we're all singing and dancing. And then it said in plastic rain. A group of scientists that were doing research on nitrogen pollution accidentally discovered that raindrops contain plastic waste.
How?
More data has since been gathered and it confirmed the findings. Microplastic rain is all around us. How?
How does the...
Well, because whatever condensation lifts the plastic up, puts it in the clouds and it all rains down on us, I assume, because I'm a scientist. Given that rain hydrates our crops and wildlife and ends up in our rivers, oceans and
Exactly.
drinking water reservoirs, this has been a wide-ranging ramifications for human and planetary health.
See, now sometimes research like this is just unnecessary.
Yeah, like why are you researching this?
Like-
Leave us alone.
Okay, fine. The findings could be true, untrue, whatever. But like, do we need to know about that extreme? Like basically now I just see microplastics everywhere.
Oh, we're breathing it in,
Like,
literally right
it's
now.
in my brain, I'm dying. Like is that necessary? Because like there's so many other bad things out there, but are they like bad where we need to focus on them? Like now that what I'm going to do.
And that's why I wanted to actually find out, like, is it actually bad for us? Okay, it's in our bodies. I get it.
Yeah.
Sure. But like, is that something that we can just continue to live with? Like we live with other stuff. We're just developing and our bodies are just adjusting to it. And then one day you're going to have a baby born with a plastic arm and you'll be like, sick. Do you know what I mean? You don't know. I'm just saying, like, what is the actual harm to us? Like,
To me, I kind of put it in, and don't come at me, but I kind of put it in the same basket as like don't eat lunch meat.
yeah.
Like be aware of it. Yes, there's some studies that show like
Yeah.
it's
Don't eat
not
too
good
much
for
of it.
you.
True. Yeah.
But it's like be aware, but like
But see, the thing
Don't
about
be
lunch meat
ridiculous.
is you can avoid that actively. With microplastics, you can't avoid breathing.
no, I know, but I'm saying like I'm aware of it. Obviously, I'm not going to eat a whole packet of lunch meat every day, but I'm still going to eat it. I'm still going to drink out of a plastic cup, but I'm going to throw out my plastic cutting boards.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Clear as mud. I mean, just curious, like how big is your meat pack? Because if it's like, you know what I mean? Like if it's like a tiny, like one slice, then you could probably do that daily.
so one slice meat.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Can I have one slice of deli ham?
If I was an old lady and I wanted a fucking sandwich, I will have a. Don't judge me.
Yeah, older people probably would go up and say, "Can I have like 5 slices?" Okay. Is
Okay,
this
we're very
done?
close.
Oh my god.
Well, just in case we weren't sure, microplastics are officially everywhere on the planet. Even the most remote locations of the planet, places where humans don't inhabit or travel to, there are microplastics to be found.
See, it makes me
From
feel better.
snow in the Antarctic to the deepest depths of the ocean where they interfere with deep sea food webs.
Oh, I don't need to know about that.
So we're fucking up the deep sea as well.
Okay.
Okay.
If microplastics can get down there, then we're fucked.
Oh, we're fucked.
Like seriously.
Microplastics carry deadly diseases across the planet as well. Just they're so like what am I trying to say? Like they're so like savvy. Scientists have confirmed that microplastics move germs around. The long and the short here is that new research shows microplastics can transport pathogens, and those pathogens can then end up in our bodies,
When she edits,
causing
she's gonna be
health
so mad.
issues like gastrointestinal upset. You had a gastrointestinal upset, could have been because of microplastics.
It could have been. We will never know. Nor do I want to know. Please tell me your article's over.
Small children, the effects are even worse. Okay, last one.
No. Last one is just fucking throw out your plastic cutting boards and move on with it. Okay.
And just be aware, you are breathing it, you are eating it,
Yeah.
it is in you, it is on the deepest depths of the ocean. There's nothing you can do. So just like be a little bit more aware, but like also don't worry about it.
I don't know how we can do that. But what we can do is hit this button, end this episode so we end traumatizing you.
Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us for this latest episode of Wine Chats podcast with Bildo and Lindelin. You can find us on our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and you can listen to us on any favorite podcasting app or watch on YouTube.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, review, comment, send us some love. We absolutely love it.
Chat soon. Come on, Lenny. Chat soon.
Chat soon.
Chat soon.
We're not putting this in.
Come on.
Okay, we'll add in chat soon at the end.
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah, go
okay.
on.
Chat soon.